What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Freedom Fire Podcast, where we want to stoke the flames of freedom every single day. My name is Kendall Bowman, and guys, it's starting to look like the old Republican conservative MAGA movement might be making some headway with old Bud Light. From Fox News, Bud Light's Dylan Mulvaney controversy hits rural distributors as branding guru thinks consumers are confused. What now? I don't know if we're necessarily confused or that we're just, ticked off. Anheuser Busch distributors in rural areas are spooked over widespread backlash to Bud Light celebrating transgender activist Dylan Mulvaney's 365 days of girlhood with a polarizing promotion, according to trade publication Beer Business Daily. That's a thing? Beer Business Daily? Like there's a whole show just for the business around beer? Oh, I mean, that's fine. It's just, I didn't expect that. This is probably the biggest controversy we've seen in a long time. Beer Business Daily editor and publisher Harry Shoemaker told Fox News Digital, "It could be a tempest in a teapot, could be temporary, but it's enough that distributors have rung the bell." Earlier this month, the trans activist revealed that the beer company sent packs of Bud Light featuring the influencer's face as a way to celebrate a full year of girlhood that Mulvaney recently searched. Mulvaney said the cans were, guys, why are we using this person's pronouns? It's not her. It's a he. Mulvaney said the cans were his most prized possession on Instagram with a post featuring Bud Light partner. A video then featured Mulvaney in a bathtub drinking a Bud Light beer as part of the campaign. The announcement was met with significant criticism, with some Twitter users describing the ad campaign as the latest attempt to push gender propaganda. Many people mocked Bud Light over the partnership. Conservative rocker Kid Rock used several Bud Light cases for target practice in a viral video. And there have been calls to boycott. No. There have not been calls to boycott. There has been a serious boycott going on. Travis Tritt, who is a country music star, said that he would no longer be stocking his tour with Anheuser Busch products. Obviously, Kid Rock is going after them in a big way. Many distributors are going after them. This is a big deal. This is a big deal, guys. And it's happening not because people are ticked off that they used a transgender partner, because other companies have done that before and they never received this kind of backlash. It's the fact that they chose Dylan Mulvaney. Let me just explain this. Dylan Mulvaney is not a trans person. He's not. He's not a trans person. He's a person who, back in the day, was trying out different things on YouTube and on the internet to get famous. Okay? And nothing was working until he decided that he was trans. And that blew up and got all kinds of views. And now he's famous. And now he is using that to get more famous, get more money. He was just in the freaking White House for some stupid reason, which is absolutely ridiculous. This guy is not actually trans. He does not actually believe he is a woman. He is using this as a way to get famous and to get money from the average person. And that's why it's ticking people off. It's a caricature of women. It's not an actual woman. Like, ladies, are you not tired of being replaced? Check this out. Nike blasts customers for lack of inclusivity after the backlash to brand partnership with trans TikToker Dylan Mulvaney. Guys, I mean, look at his face. That's a man. Ladies, are you tired of being replaced yet? This story from the Post Millennial. On Wednesday, Nike partnered with trans-identified activist and social media influencer Dylan Mulvaney, and the TikTok star announced the deal via an Instagram story in which Mulvaney did jumping jacks and awkward stretches to ostensibly promote the sporting brand's bras and leggings. Fox News reports that following backlash, Nike posted a response on Instagram that read, "We welcome comments that contribute to a positive and constructive discussion. Be kind, be inclusive, encourage each other. Hate speech, bullying, or other behaviors that are not in the spirit of a diverse and inclusive community will be deleted." Nike has become the newest company in a growing list to receive backlash for its partnership with Mulvaney. Caitlyn Jenner called the partnership a shame. Guys, if Caitlyn Jenner is calling this a shame, it's probably a shame. This is her tweet right here. "As someone that grew up in awe of what Phil Knight did, it is a shame to see such an iconic American company go so woke. We can be inclusive, but not at the expense of the mass majority of people, and have some decency while being inclusive. This is an outrage." And this is in response to a tweet by Ollie London. "Let's talk about Nike, a brand that treats men like Dylan Mulvaney that pretend to be women better than it treats actual women. In 2018, Nike brand ambassador and model plus 10 times Olympic medalist, Allison Felix got pregnant. Nike then offered her 70% less than her original deal stated." Guys, specifically ladies, they're replacing you. They are. Like, you have biological men being allowed to come into female spaces. My question to you is, why are you not outraged? Because this is something that men can't. This happens to be one of the very few situations where men can't really do anything about this. I mean, we can try our best to fight back, and we do, but ultimately, this has to be an outrage from you. This trans community makes up less than 1% of the entire population of the United States. You should be outraged that they want to replace you in all of your spaces with biological men. Think about that. They're trying to replace you in every space, in sports, in brand deals, all of it. These biological men are using caricatures and essentially what is, I would call, woman face to get rich and get famous of a caricature of being a woman. Now, I can't be offended for you. I'm not a fan of Dylan Mulvaney, but at the end of the day, like I said, I can't be offended for you. You have to get angry. You have to get upset. And if you are angry and upset, then speak out and say something. Like what's happening with this Bud Light campaign. I am very happy about what's happening with Bud Light. Ultimately, we need to keep this going. And guys, I'm going to be honest, if we can't keep a boycott of Anheuser Busch products going, we might as well not we might as well not do this at all. We might as well just give up, because Anheuser Busch products are absolute trash. Bud Light, Budweiser, Busch, all of it, it's garbage. Okay, I don't even drink. I've had like sips of these things over the years, and they're trash. They're garbage. I mean, in my opinion, all beer is pretty much garbage, but it's all trash. This should be the easiest boycott in the history of the conservative movement. And what we need is an apology, and specifically an apology for being woke. An apology for using Dylan Mulvaney, for using a trans person as their spokesperson. That is what we need. Because it sends a message to these other companies. Don't do this or we will bury you. Now, from reports that I have seen, Bud Light has lost $4 billion off of their market cap since this began. Keep it going. Keep it going, because they have been, as of right now, from what I've seen, as of yesterday, I haven't checked this morning, I probably should, but the last time I checked, Bud Light has been they've been silent on social media. They have not responded to any of this stuff. I feel like they're trying to wait it out. Don't let them wait it out. And if they never apologize, put their freaking company in the ground. Bury it. Destroy it. Make them know, okay, we are willing to do the long game. We are willing to play the long game. We are willing to boycott you and hurt your pockets very badly. And if that's not enough, we're willing to go even further and just outright destroy your company to get what we need. Guys, these people are using this person as a way to not only signify some kind of replacement of women, which in my view is disgusting, having biological men come into women's spaces. Bro, freaking Nike is using this biological male to as a spokesperson for their women's clothing. He's not a freaking woman. He's a man. Guys, boycott these people, especially Nike. There needs to be a larger boycott against Nike because they think they are better than you. They think that they can do things like this that you hate, and then they can come back at you and say, oh, well, you should be more inclusive. No, you just need to do what your customers say or you'll get destroyed. That's ultimately what should happen. Now, I get it. The Nike sponsorship might be a little bit more difficult, or the Nike boycott might be a little bit more difficult than other people. I'm not really sure why. Just stop buying their products. If it's got the little swoosh on it, don't buy it. It should really be that simple. Go buy Adidas. Go buy Puma. Go buy Reebok. Whatever. I don't care what else you buy. But just don't buy them because they hate you. They don't like you. They think that you're beneath them, and especially if you're a woman, they'll just replace you with a biological man. Don't buy their stuff. They don't like you. They think that you're beneath them. They think that you're scum. So don't buy their stuff. It's that simple, guys. Don't buy their stuff because they hate you. All right, I got another story coming for you guys in just a second. But before I get into that, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think about this story down in the comments. If you don't like my commentary, tell me why. Let's have a debate. Let's have a conversation. Unless you're going to be a jerk, I'm just going to block you because I don't have time for that. Now, on to the next story from Tim Cass. Biden says he plans on running, but not Okay. I apologize. English is apparently hard for me. Let's try that again. From Tim Cass, Biden says he plans on running, but not prepared to announce the 2024 re-election bid. At 80 years old, Biden is the oldest president in U.S. history. President Joe Biden affirmed his intention to seek re-election in 2024, but the date of formal announcement remains unclear. I plan on running, Al, but we're not prepared to announce it yet, Biden told Al Roker on NBC's Today. Biden has reportedly indicated he plans to run despite chronically low approval ratings. The president told reporters in November that he needed to discuss his re-election plans with his wife, Jill, and that they would make a decision in early 2023. His statement came just over a week after an NPR OBS NewsHour Marist poll found 44% of Democrats believed it was necessary to replace Biden in order to retain control of the White House in 2024. So that shows right there, so long as you believe in these polls, that 44%, almost half of the Democrat base believes that they can't win with Joe Biden in office. Now let's read more. NBC reports that top White House advisors are preparing to make final decisions on launching his re-election campaign, and that several considerations in the decision-making process include that no major Democratic challenger has emerged. Biden began his presidency in January of 2021 with a 53% approval rating that declined rapidly amid his withdrawal of American forces from Afghanistan in August of 2021. The 80-year-old has held federal office since he was elected to the U.S. Senate in 1972 at the age of 29. He is currently the oldest president in the nation's history. By August 30th, 2021, Biden's disapproval rating surpassed his approval rating and has remained substantially higher ever since. Biden has a 52.5% disapproval rating and 42.8% approval rating as of April 11th, 2023. Although the Democratic National Convention may consider him the most significant contender for the nomination if he decides to formally announce, Biden is not the only candidate in the race. Robert F. Kennedy announced his intention to seek the Democratic presidential nomination and is scheduled to make his formal announcement on April 19th in Boston. The 69-year-old is the oldest son of Senator Robert F. Kennedy and the nephew of President John F. Kennedy and Senator Ted Kennedy. An environmental lawyer and author, Kennedy gained a reputation as an anti-vaccine activist because of his views regarding vaccines and mandates. He runs the medical advocacy nonprofit, the Children's Health Defense, and published the book The Real Anthony Fauci, criticizing the doctor's stance on the COVID-19 vaccine and alternative treatments using ivermectin and hydrochloroquine. So, guys, what does this mean? What does this mean for the 2024 presidential election? Well, if Biden runs, I personally believe that he will be the nominee. Now, we don't know if he's actually going to run or not. He's saying that he will. I believe this is like the third or fourth time that he said he's going to run for re-election. Me personally, I don't see it. I don't necessarily see how he would be able to do that. I mean, back during the 2020 election, seeing him on a debate stage at that point was already bad. This is several years later, and we have seen that his cognitive decline has just gotten worse. I don't see how he's going to be able to make a run happen, especially if he has to debate someone like Donald Trump or Ron DeSantis. I personally believe that it would be a Donald Trump at this point, but we will have to see. Now, there are polls showing that if Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump are running against each other, then Donald Trump would probably win that fight. As of right now, from the latest polls that we've seen, Donald Trump has about a 30-point lead over Ron DeSantis, which is massive. I mean, that's just not even a competition. As of right now, if the polls keep up, then we would have Donald Trump as the primary winner. Now, when it comes to Joe Biden, the polls are showing that Joe Biden against Donald Trump, Joe Biden wins. I don't see that, okay? I really don't. And what I think that these polls are doing is they're trying to overcorrect for 2020. There was several polls showing that Donald Trump was going to have a slight win over Joe Biden, and obviously that didn't happen. Primarily because of things like ballot harvesting and ballot chasing, if you will. These are the primary reasons why that has happened. Now, Donald Trump has stated that they are going to do ballot harvesting and ballot chasing where it's legal, even better than the Democrats have. Now, in my opinion, that's going to be big because if the Democrats are going to keep doing these things, then the Republicans have got to catch on. We've got to catch on. We've got to do better. We've got to keep up with the times, guys. If the Democrats have already been doing this for like 3 election cycles, why have you not caught on yet? But Donald Trump has stated that they are going to be even better at this stuff than the Democrats are. That still remains to be seen. However, if they are able to pull that off, then that should be able to nullify a lot of the ballot harvesting and ballot chasing that the Democrats are doing, and mainly keep it to a who shows up and votes. And ultimately, we all know who's better at that, which is the Republican Party. Guys, we've seen over these last few years that these polls are just a crapshoot, man. They're just throwing out whatever, just throwing crap at the wall and hoping that it sticks, okay? So we need to chill out. We need to wait until the 2024 primary season and into the general election campaign season, so that we can really get a feel for this, because at the end of the day, these polls have not been good over the last few years. Okay, got another story coming for you guys here in just a second, but before I get into that, make sure that you guys go and follow me on Rumble and are watching my videos on Rumble. If you really want to support my channel, that is the best way to support me, because at the end of the day, YouTube hates when I'm talking about these types of things on their platform, and Rumble is just a much better platform for free speech. And let's be honest, I will never be monetized on YouTube. I'll never be monetized on YouTube, because at the end of the day, even if I were to fit the criteria of being monetized, one, they don't hardly give you anything. The payout for that is very low, and two, they would probably demonetize me immediately, because let's be honest, the left wingers at YouTube don't like what I have to say. So go follow me on Rumble at Freedom Fire Podcast. Follow me on there. Watch my videos on there. I would love to never have to do YouTube again, because I have a large audience on Rumble. That would be great. But yeah, go follow me on Rumble, and let's get into this next story. From Timcast, breaking: Louisville shooter identified as Connor Sturgeon, 23-year-old bank employee. 4 people died during the shooting, and 9 others, including 1 police officer, were injured. Now, for those of you who might have missed this, there was a shooting at a bank in Louisville, Kentucky. And we're going to read about it right here. Police in Kentucky have released the identity of the 23-year-old shooter who opened fire at Old National Bank in downtown Louisville. The gunman was Connor Sturgeon, a syndications associate and portfolio banker who worked at the bank since June of 2021. He was fatally shot by police who responded to the scene around 8:50 a.m. on April 10th, 3 minutes after receiving reports about the attack. The shooting reportedly began around 8:30 a.m., 30 minutes before the bank was scheduled to open for the day. 4 people were killed in the shooting. 9 others, including 1 police officer, were injured. I don't know if he was an active employee or former employee, but the shooter did have a connection to the building. Louisville Metro Police Chief Paul Humphrey said during a press conference, Sturgeon received a bachelor's degree in finance and economics and a master's degree in finance from the University of Alabama. On his LinkedIn profile, Sturgeon indicated he had interned at Old National Bank for 3 consecutive summers between 2018 and 2020. In one post announcing he would be taking the internship back home in Louisville, Sturgeon wrote he was excited to support some amazing people along the way. Now that we know who this guy is, I want to share with you guys something, because there was a lot of backlash, of course, about guns and everything, but we've been hearing this agenda from the left that all of these mass shooters are evil, white, Republican males. Oh, the Republican males are being replaced, and it makes them angry, so they go out and kill people. And it's not true. Over the last few shows that I've been doing, we've mainly had to talk about left wing and trans school shooters and things like this, which is getting absolutely out of hand. And of course, it's the same thing here. Now, we don't believe that this person is trans, but of course, he's got the he, him pronouns in his bio. Guys, Republicans don't do this. This is not something that conservatives do, okay? They don't have he, him pronouns in their bio. This guy is a Democrat. We believe he has voted Democrat in the past. Ultimately, guys, there's something wrong with the left right now. The 2020 riots showed that they can go out, Antifa can go out, Black Lives Matter can go out, and even people like this can go out. They can burn cities to the ground, and the president and the vice president will put together a fund for them to get out of jail, to be able to meet bail and get out onto the streets again. There is no accountability for the left. We have a 2-tier justice system in the United States, and the laws are not being applied equally to the left that they are on the right. For example, of course, you have the Jan 6 rioters or in my opinion, the Jan 6 people who just stumbled into the Capitol on the other side of the building that the rioting was happening, and they had no idea what was going on. And they got arrested for that. They are being arrested and held in solitary confinement for months over a trespassing charge. Absolutely insane. Absolutely psychotic and insane. We have a two-tier justice system here in the United States. And I don't know, guys. I don't know how you fight against that. Ultimately, we should be protesting. We should be boycotting people who go against what we don't like, obviously. But yeah, this is difficult, guys. Because the left, it's just, I don't know, man. The left has gotten to the point where the media is telling them that they are being genocided, that they're being attacked, that they're the unprivileged ones in society, which is just not true. As you can see from, like I just said, in 2020, these people were rioting in the streets and burning cities to the ground, and the president got them out of prison. If that's, I'm sorry, there's nothing more privileged than that. There's nothing more privileged than that. You can be a rioter who will burn a city to the ground, and the president of the United States, the most powerful person in the world, will create a fund to get you out of prison. There's nothing more privileged than that. And that's exactly what happened. We have a two-tier justice system here in the United States, and there's something going on with the left right now. I personally believe that it is a larger symptom of this woke ideology that has been largely created through algorithms and things like that. Just whatever the next big thing is, that's what wokeism is. Whatever the algorithm tells these people to believe, that's what wokeism is on that specific day. Guys, we need to be arming ourselves, not for the purpose of going out and hurting people, but for the purpose of protecting ourselves. If you are in a state that does not allow you to do exactly that, move. Go to Texas. Florida just passed a constitutional carry bill. It doesn't allow you to open carry, but it does allow you to conceal carry without a permit, which is phenomenal. There's many other states. West Virginia allows you to do exactly that. Get out of these states that want to take your rights away. Get out of these states, because this is exactly what happens. You will just be at work doing your job, and a guy will walk in with a gun and he'll start blasting people. What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to move. You get out of that state, you go to a state where they will allow you to defend yourself, and they will allow you to protect yourself and your family, guys. Arm yourself. Buy guns, buy bullets, get out of these states that don't allow you to do those things, move to a state that does, so that you can be better protected, because at the end of the day, we are seeing a rising violence from these extremist left-wing individuals. Guys, you got to protect yourself. The state is obviously not going to do anything about it. The federal government's obviously not going to do anything about it. In fact, they will probably more likely help the left-wing psychopaths who want to kill you more than they will hurt them, okay? Protect yourselves. Get away from these people. Get out of the cities. Go to a state that allows you to protect yourself with weapons. Buy yourself a gun, buy yourself bullets, defend yourself and your families, because at the end of the day, no one is coming to save you, and it's up to you to be the best man and the best woman that you can be to protect your family and to protect your country. At the end of the day, I want to stoke the flames of freedom that is within you to help push this movement forward, push this MAGA movement, this Make America Great Again movement. When I say that, I mean it. I want this country to be better, and it starts with us. It starts with each and every one of us, stoking that flame of freedom within us every single day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section, and share the show with your friends. Follow me on all the socials down in the description, and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we put out new videos. And I will have another episode coming for you guys on Friday. I will see you guys then. Bye, guys.